Rachel Zegler's toxic to any project she touches, but she's basically tried her hardest to get people talking about her, which has only led to extremely negative news spreading across social media. But now she's giving her 2 cents on how men suck, and she thinks it's disgusting people are making inappropriate comments about Taylor Swift's relationship. I have a few different things that I want to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content that I create, check out the links in the description, follow me on social media, and consider supporting through Patreon or via YouTube memberships. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, what does Rachel Zegler have to do with Taylor Swift? And nothing. Absolutely nada. Zip. Zilch. She in no way, shape, or form is affiliated with Taylor Swift, but she has now decided to come out and defend this woman as much as she possibly can, because this is an E-Online article, and it says Rachel Zegler wishes Taylor Swift's critics would back off. She always does this. She puts herself into situations that she is not actually part of. I know that, a lot of people remember and think back to when the actor strikes, first began, and a couple months ago when Rachel Zegler had basically got in front of the camera at them and was like, I deserve to be paid for every minute that I'm on screen. I'm not the only person. But she basically said that she was the only person that actually mattered because she had said, this is the way that it affects my life and I should be able to stand up for myself, which of course was absurd, but nobody actually wanted her 2 cents on the actor strikes. But of course, Rachel Zegler put herself in the middle of that situation, put herself right on camera for everyone to see her, and she's doing the same thing now. She's putting herself in the middle of a situation that she has even less to do with. It says the West Side Story star had a scathing response to a viral video on X, formerly Twitter, in which two men criticized the pop star's attendance at rumored new flame Travis Kelce's recent Kansas City Chiefs game and expressed doubt about the validity of their romance. That's just what happens when you are a public figure dating another public figure. People are going to talk about your relationship. If you don't want people talking about the relationship, don't go to the games. Don't make it a big deal. Don't dance in front of the cameras and wave to them when they're watching. Just ignore it and move on. But that's not what Taylor Swift did. And a lot of people do think that this is just some giant PR stunt because his jerseys had shot up by 400% in sales. So, of course, people are like, is this a big publicity stunt? And people are talking about the relationship, but it says it's not the news that the media is particularly and unwarrantedly cruel to Taylor Swift, Rachel tweeted on October 3rd in response to the video, but the way men feel entitled to speak about women, their bodies, and their sex lives needs to be seriously evaluated. She continued, you will never see people speaking this way about a man. That goes for a lot of different scenarios. We do not pick men's attitudes and relationships apart the way we do women's, and it's not always just men who speak this way about us. Women can do it too, and it sucks. What is she talking about? She is sitting here picking apart a couple's relationships. She is saying straight up, oh, we don't pick apart men's attitudes and relationships. But you are. Travis Kelce is also part of this relationship, and by sitting here talking about them and using their relationship as a prop to, validate your stance and to defend this woman, in turn, you are talking about the relationship a man is also part of. And then she's saying things like men feel entitled to speak about women, their bodies, and their sex lives. I understand that people are going to joke about things like sex, and yes, sometimes it is disparaging towards women, but also it's sometimes disparaging towards men. There are plenty of people out there who say, oh, you didn't do this right, you didn't do this the way a man would, I bet you have a small dick. Like, that happens all of the time, but she, of course, is ignoring that because she just wants to talk about how gross men are and how much she dislikes men, which, of course, is just classic Rachel Zegler. She is constantly saying things that are controversial, and she wouldn't be dealing with any more controversy right now if she just didn't go on social media and put her 2 cents out into the world. I'm sorry, Rachel, but nobody really cares what you have to say about Taylor Swift's relationship. It's just that simple. She also said seeing a lot of "it's a joke, but you've got to understand that since the beginning of time, you can't take a joke" has been synonymous with "let me say a horrible thing about women without suffering the consequences. We're sick and tired. It's never been funny. Get a life." But that's what humor is. You might not like the humor, and that is perfectly fine, but that doesn't mean you can't tell other people, "oh, hey, you can't say this type of joke," or "you can't have this certain sense of humor because I don't like it, because it makes me feel uncomfortable." Again, this is not you that anyone is talking about. People are talking about Taylor Swift here. But like I mentioned, Rachel Zegler is always putting herself into the middle of situations, and now she has infuriated more people because if you look at the quote tweets on this post that she made, people are absolutely destroying her, saying things like "Rachel is begging for attention again." What planet does this woman on? Women have this behavior too. Magic Mike, Exhibit A, sit down. I mean, yeah, there are plenty of women who just view men and go, "oh, how do they look? How do they, hold themselves? How do they talk?" Like, they are very judgmental. That's just in human nature, is to judge other people. Again, if you don't like this type of humor, that's okay. But at the same time, you can't tell people that they can't have that type of humor or make those types of jokes. I mean, come on now, Rachel. You really need to learn that. People are saying things like, "people get on my ass for being a feminist and can't take a joke, and you're the worst and nobody listens. I try to warn everyone." The girls are over it. What does that even mean? The girls are over it. Taylor Swift is just living her life, okay? You're the ones making drama, okay? She didn't say anything about, podcasts that these guys were on where they were joking about her sex life, because she just doesn't care. She's not gonna get offended over it, but you're getting offended for her? Why? What do you do when you continue to have the shittiest takes in the world? You then post your shitty takes and turn off the replies. Yeah, Rachel Zegler has had her Twitter responses off for a while now. I had covered it in a previous video. I don't know exactly how long she's had them off, but it's clearly been a few weeks at this point. She doesn't let people respond unless she follows you or she mentions you in the reply, which of course is just absurd because she knows that everything that she says is heavily criticized and she doesn't care. She just wants to say what she wants to say and not face any kind of backlash for it. And if you criticize her, oh, you're a sexist and you're a bigot and you're all of these awful things simply because she cannot take criticism, which of course is absurd when you are a public figure. But yes, now Rachel Zegler is going online and attacking anybody criticizing Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's relationship, saying it's disgusting and terrible that the media is being cruel to Taylor Swift and her relationship, and men feel entitled to speak about women and their sex lives, and that needs to be seriously evaluated. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next videos really soon.